And now I would like to introduce a very important person. He is the Deputy Mayor of Amsterdam. He is interestingly responsible for both digitalization of the city of Amsterdam and also the zoo. So please join me in welcoming Alexander Scholtes to the stage. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great event.
Well, good morning, distinguished guests. On behalf of the City of Amsterdam, a very warm welcome to all of you. We're back here on this fantastic industrial heritage site with the World Summit on AI, and just like last year, it's an honor to open the ball. Now, I'm not known for quoting Microsoft all the time, but you cannot really argue with them when they say the following about this summit. The World Summit AI is where the most powerful, innovative ideas in AI are born. It is where the world looks for the next big thing in tech and science. Well, after that, expectations can only be sky high, and so they should be. Dear guests, in my work as the Deputy Mayor of Amsterdam, responsible for the digital city, healthcare, health, and yes, also the zoo, I see firsthand both the promise of artificial intelligence and the challenges. And that's why I'm very excited to be here today to discuss with all of you how we can work together to shape the future of AI in a way that serves everyone. And in the past few months, we've been discussing the use of AI with our citizens, with the people of Amsterdam. In all neighborhoods, we've asked people to contribute, people of all backgrounds, all ages, including school children. And it was truly wonderful to experience their commitment, but also their wisdom and creativity, and to learn from them. And together with them, we are working on our first municipal vision on AI, which is going to be a radically human vision. A vision that puts people first, a vision that has a realistic take on the possibilities and limitations of AI, and a vision that invests in working together with governments, knowledge institutions, businesses, for the responsible use of AI. So let me elaborate on that a little bit more. First, I've said it before and I will say it again, technology should serve people and not the other way around. So our goal is not just to adopt AI for the sake of innovation. It is to ensure that it enhances the human experience and addresses the real needs of our communities. And wherever the responsible deployment of digital technology can help the people of Amsterdam, we will facilitate and stimulate it. But the relevant question is not what is possible. The question we have to ask ourselves is, what do we want? And also, how do we really make things better for our citizens? Let me give you a couple of examples. At our health department, we noticed a gap between the health information we offer and the needs of certain relatively disadvantaged or isolated communities. And one way to bridge that gap was to build an avatar that users can customize based on their preferred language and other wishes. And the avatar also reads the information out loud. And the result is a very substantial increase in use and user satisfaction. And we're now also looking at ways to introduce the avatar in other areas of public service. Another example, it should come as no surprise, we also use AI tools to help us write or rewrite official documents to make them more understandable and inclusive. And a fun project is also the deployment of AI to read previously unreadable handwritten documents in our city archives, which allows us to learn more about the history of our city and to bring new interesting stories to the public. And I guess it should also work for doctors and their assistants. And maybe one last example, we're also looking at ways how AI can help our residents with low incomes to gain access to public benefits. So that about the first part, technology should serve the people. The second cornerstone of our vision is that it is essential to have a realistic view of the capabilities and limitations of artificial intelligence. Now, AI is great when it comes to data processing, logical reasoning, and probability calculations. But it can never replicate the full spectrum of human cognitive capabilities, intuition, emotional intelligence, and ethical reasoning. Now, this is true in general, but as AI is getting more advanced, the boundary permanently shifts. and we cannot take our eyes off the ball. So we have to constantly be aware of the impact of AI. For example, how algorithms in social media impact the mental health of our children. Or how ever-expanding AI models create an ever bigger competition for material and energy resources. Now, the difficult questions, conflicts of interest, and dilemmas we face cannot be solved by simply adding more tech. Difficult choices will need to be made, and these are political choices, human choices, because we need to stay in control of our future. Collaboration is the third cornerstone of our vision, and the importance of which cannot be overstated. Because we cannot build and realize our human vision on AI by ourselves. We do need the involvement of our citizens. We do need the partnership with businesses and knowledge institutions and other cities like London, Porto, Rotterdam. So glad to have you here with us today as well. So I'm looking forward to creating a framework for responsible AI use together that makes sure AI stimulates equality, safety, and quality of life. And last but not least, we need the creativity and commitment of the brightest minds in the industry, many of whom are here today. And I hope you want to work with us on building a stronger future for all of us. Dear guests, while technology changes our city and our way of life, we have to be on top of it. Because one thing has to be very clear, the digital city is a human city. And I hope we can work together on a city where technology works for all of us. Technology can divide us. It can threaten our fundamental human rights, but it can also bring us together. It can also improve our life, and it's really up to us to decide where it's going. I hope you will have a very pleasant summit, a very inspiring summit. I'm so glad you came back to Amsterdam, so thank you for that. And I hope you have some time to enjoy our city. Thank you very much.